Welcome back to my channel. It's Masterpiece 59 here, bringing you a WWE Monday Night Raw review. So make sure you drop down any thoughts you have, drop down any hot takes you may have, and of course, most of all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. We had opened up the show with the Tribal Chief, the World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. He would talk about how he's a man of his word, how he beat his brother, and then he would get interrupted by LA Knight, who would basically challenge him for the championship. Roman Reigns would say he needs to go to the back of the line. You don't get championship opportunities by moaning around. And he would say that LA Knight hasn't earned it. LA Knight would say how it's convenient that they were in a group called the Shield because all he did was the numbers game. And also how he'll go through a tournament if it means having to face his title shot. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. This match was incredible. These two have amazing chemistry with each other. I really did enjoy it. Javon ended up picking up the win. And once again, in this incredible match. And after the match, he would get attacked by Big Cass, returning Big Cass. It's interesting choice for him to go after Javon. I don't know why he would go after Javon, but let me know your thoughts on that down below. Next, we see the Bloodline backstage. Roman Reigns would say he's not trying to go back to his old ways, but it doesn't work if they lose. And it was a six-man tag match. They have the advantage because they're the Bloodline, they're the family. And he would say Royce Keys is not their family. He is just one of the boys. And he was telling them that they had their chance with LA Knight and to leave LA Knight up to him. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we see Royce Keys backstage talking with Jacob Fatu. He would say he's willing to put all that past because they fought before and how he's still his brother. Jacob Fatu, we take Roman's words and say he's not family, he is not their brother, he's just one of the boys, and he would challenge him to a street fight here tonight. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we see Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez at the Judgment Day come out to cut a promo. Liv would say how she beat Io Sky, how she will, since Io Sky was the only one to step up to her, she will be the longest reigning women's world champion of all time. And then she would congratulate Raquel Rodriguez, say how Roxanne's going to beat Sol Ruca tonight. And I thought somebody was going to step up to Liv Morgan, but it didn't happen right then and there. So let me know your thoughts on that down below. Next, we see a match between Sol Ruca and Roxanne Perez, and it was a pretty solid match. I was enjoying the match. It would end up in disqualification with the Judgment Day girls getting involved, then attacking her. And then afterwards, Becky Lynch would come out, but not to save Sol Ruca, but she would tell Raquel that she's not here for that. She's made that title famous already. She's here for the Women's World Championship. And Liv Morgan would say she's jealous of her, and because she's the greatest Women's World Champion of all time. Becky would say she's not even the greatest women's champion in their group. She's not even the greatest women's world champion to have slept with Dominic Mysterio. Then out would come Stephanie Vaquer to attack the Judgment Day and return. Stephanie Vaquer, we get 2 returns in this segment. Then we would see Stephanie Vaquer stare down Becky Lynch. That could be a very interesting match. And I think we could be in a triple threat soon between those 3. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Next, before Finley would come to the ring backstage, he would see Paul Heyman. He would say he never got a chance to thank Brock, and for him to thank him for him when he sees him. And then Paul Heyman would tell him congratulations. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Next, he would come out to the ring to talk about Brock Lesnar, say how they found a newfound respect for each other, how he needed Brock Lesnar to come back even though he thought he put him down at WrestleMania because it was all a test. And he would say how he now has the torch, and he would say if anybody has a problem with that, they won't answer to him now. They will answer to Oba Femi. And then out will come, as he would start to walk away, but when he got to the ring, out would come the Vision, and we would get a stare down between him and Braun Breaker. I'm excited for that potential feud. 2 of the younger stars, 2 of the future stars. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have the match between between Braun Breaker and Joe Hendry. Braun Breaker was still so focused on Obafemi stare down like he had earlier. Oba wasn't even out there, but then he was pretty much, the match was a really short match. He would pretty much squash Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry was caught taking out Austin Theory, and then he would get spared by Braun Breaker for Braun Breaker to pick up the win. Then as soon as he left, he would walk backstage. I don't know what he went to go do. But then Austin Theory would attack Joe Hendry, and then here would come Akira Tozawa to save him and take out Austin Theory. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next we have Jackie Redmond interviewing Big Cass. About why he attacked Javon. He would say it's nothing. It took him 8 years to get back there. It was nothing personal between him and Javon. He just happened to be in the way, and he was the first body he's going to stack, and he won't be the last. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have the Intercontinental Champion Chad Gable come out to cut a promo. He would thank the fans, thank Penta. He would say thank everyone for sticking with him for 10 years, even going through Shorty G, him being Shorty G. Then here will come Penta to congratulate him, to say he deserves it, and how he has changed, and how he's a true luchador. And then out will come Dom and JD McDonough. They would say how Dom talk about Judgment Day collecting all the titles and how he's keeping his title warm. They would also say how JD McDonough would tell him he lost his respect to call himself a luchador when he lost his mask, and then it would end up they would be challenged to a tag team match, and the Judgment Day would accept. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we got the tag team match between Chad Gable and Penta versus the Judgment Day, JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. It's a pretty solid match. I enjoyed it. Penta and Chad Gable ended up picking up the win. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, Braun Breaker will go to Paul Heyman looking for Obafemi. He would ask him where it was. Paul would ask him how would he know that, and Braun would say, "I thought that was your new best friend." Let me know your thoughts on this down below. And in the main event, we see a street fight between Royce Keys and Jacob Fatu. When I tell you this match was awesome, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Some great spots. Jacob Fatu ended up picking up the win with the Tongan Death Grip. But after the match, he would just continue to attack him. And Royce Keys would end up bleeding from the mouth. Then Roman Reigns would come out and he would throw up his one, and they would both throw up their one. They would just look each other down. He didn't even come to the ring. And then as Roman would go backstage, he would see Rey Mysterio. They would shake hands, and Ray would ask him, does he know he's the general manager of AAA? Roman would say he does now, and then he would ask to run something by him. This could be interesting, maybe Roman at AAA. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Overall, I thought this was a really great episode of Raw. I give it like a 9 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Till next time, like, comment, and subscribe.